What is going on, course creators? How we doing? It's just me today, flying solo. Just Jordan Anderson here, the videographer for SamCart today. Hang on, let me adjust my music here real quick. Thank you guys for joining us. Today we're going to talk just video gear, camera equipment. You're a course creator out there. Maybe you're thinking about starting a new course and you've got the idea, you've got the lessons, you've got the modules figured out, you're logged into SamCart, you're getting the pre-sale ready to go. But then there's this little hiccup. You're like, wait, I have to actually record this, and how do I make this course of mine look just as good as the video that you have right now, Jordan? Like, you look so magical, you look so soft and buttery. How do I get that? How do I get that look? So there's going to be a quick live stream, but in the chat, in the drop any kind of questions. We're talking about camera gear, microphones. Hey, Jordan, I'm thinking about buying this camera, this tripod, this lighting stand, this light dome, all that stuff. I got B&H, I got Amazon over here in the wings ready to go, so we can like do some one-on-one guides through just finding some gear. This is the kind of stuff I love. I'm a nerd about filmmaking gear. I think as a filmmaker, you have to love the gear that you're working with. So how's everyone doing? Where's everyone from? What I can answer any kind of video question, technical question. So I'll just kind of let them fill up, but let's get started. Oh, and if you're watching this right now on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. And yeah, all right, let me get the chat up. All right, so let's see. Part-time audit asks, anybody shooting content on your phone? I think that's actually probably the best. I hear myself talking, getting like, I think that's probably the best thing you can do if you're just starting. If you have a phone, go get one of those really cheap phone stands, get a cheap light stand, and turn it around on selfie mode, or you can turn it around on the back camera. There are plenty of microphones that you can plug into your iPhone or into a regular like a Google Android phone. No, we're not going to discriminate here. And it makes great stuff. Super easy to edit with. Send the files to your computer, and it's that simple. So like that, if you're just using your phone, that's like the best way to just from point A to point B, simplest steps, hit record your course, do it a couple times, get the take right, and then hit publish. That's the fun part. All right, cool. Thank you for that question. Part-time adult. I said part-time audit. Okay, let's see. Yeah, send in your questions, guys. There's nothing off limits as long as it's video equipment related, video technical, editing, post-production, pre-production. We can talk gear. You can say, hey, Jordan, what do you think about this camera? Happy to answer those kind of questions. Let's see. How do I avoid background? All right, so Animal Spirit Yoga asks, how do I avoid background shadows in my yoga video? I just can't get it right. I have 2 soft boxes. Okay. Oh, I might have to open up Miro for this one. All right, so what is happening? Yeah, let me get, this is, we're going to go right off the rails with this question. So let me get Miro open just to create a brand new whiteboard, and I'll show you kind of what's going on. No, I don't want to update Miro. Thank you very much. All right, let me share my screen. Bam. All right. Everybody see that? Let me know if you can see that. You probably can't see my face anymore. There we go. Okay, so how do I avoid background shadows? I have 2 soft boxes. All right, so let's draw our little soft boxes. Let's say they're that. Fill them up. They're yellow. Actually, you know what? They're going to be kind of... I know what we'll do. We'll make triangles. Gotta watch me work, baby. Here we go. All right, so you've got 2 soft boxes. And then you've got yourself. And I'm gonna color, you're gonna be a blue person. Okay. So imagine this. Let me kind of maximize the screen here. No, I'll keep it that way. Okay, so imagine this. You are... Everybody can see that? Let me know in the chat if you guys can see that. Okay. Get your soft boxes right here. Let's say, now I'm just getting fancy. All right, so that's light number 1, and then you've got light number 2. And then the yellow is obviously the light rays coming out of it. So if you're shooting, if your camera's right here, let's now we're gonna draw a little camera. Forgive me. So let's say your camera's right there. Boom. Your camera's right here. Your 2 light boxes. What's gonna happen? Light travels in a straight line usually, and it's gonna create 2 shadows. So you're gonna have, so it's gonna take that light and it's gonna turn into a gray shadow because it's coming from that direction. And then you're going, this might be overly explaining things. So now you have 2 shadows. These are your shadows behind you. So that the light from light number 2 over here, that's the shadow for light number 2. So now you have 2 shadows. So you don't, what you can do is you can just say, I just want to do 1. Or I could say, hey, let's move. Usually what you can do, and if you're doing yoga, maybe that's, you got to move around a little bit, but you can have 1 kind of off to the side, and then you can take this other one and either put it on the same side as the camera, so kind of both lights. And what you can do, another trick you can do is, if you want, whoa, now we're gonna get some jargon here. So this becomes your key light, which is your main light. I'll just say key / main light. Now we're getting, this is like, welcome to Film School 301, folks. Like, I hope you guys enjoy a little cinematography here. So again, this is your camera right here, pointed right at you. You know, this is a top-down view, imagine. Now you put your key light over off to the side. You can choose the left or right side, but for this example, we're saying on the left side. And then this becomes what we call in the business a fill light. And this can go directly behind the camera, or you can aim it straight up into the ceiling. If you have white ceilings, usually, you can aim it up and it'll make a nice, big, soft glow. It'll kind of brighten up the entire room. But at the same time, you have this main strong source that's kind of giving you a little bit of dimension. Kind of like if you want to look at my face here, like I've got my key light right here, and I've got my shadow side right here. I've got a little bit of definition, and I'm not looking flat. I'm not looking like just a, you know, white piece of paper flat. It's just, I have a little bit of, you can tell I'm a 3D shape. You can kind of tell, like, have a little bit of, you know, I'm a little portrait. I told you, this looks nice and buttery. So a very long way to answer that, but how do you avoid 2 shadows, the double shadows you use? Yeah, even with soft boxes, and that, I probably get where she's coming from. She's like, I'm using a soft box, it's soft light, why are these shadows? Sometimes you just gotta, it's all about the placement of it. So good luck with that. Tell me if that works, and let's move on to the next question. All right, again, guys, this is video editing, video gear, camera recommendations, microphone issues. You let me know, because we want your online course to be beautiful, sound beautiful, look beautiful, and be super fun to watch and enjoy for your students. It's always the goal. All right, let's see. What is the best simple mic to get? The best simple mic you can get is something like this. This is what's called a dynamic mic. You know, you see like the comedians use this. These are about $20, and just a little bit of XLR cable, and you run it right to either a camera, or you can run it into a sound mixer for your computer, and, you know, USB connection. Just look up, like, I think they're called audio mixers, or they're called, like, I can never remember the word, but they connect to your computer, and you can record like this. Super cheap. Another cheap, easy mic are, let me go over here. Let me share my screen too. We're gonna go to B&H. We're gonna have a little fun shopping. All right, let's go shopping, gang. All right, so 3.5 mic. So 3.5 millimeters is what we all call the headphone jack. That's also known as I think a 1/4 inch or sorry, an 1/8 inch jack, but 3.5 millimeter. So first one right here, the Rode Smart Lav. That you want to look for something that's TRRS. That way you can connect to a smartphone, nice and easy, nice and simple. You clip it on your shirt, and it becomes invisible. Or you can, you know, run the cord down your shirt, clip it outside on your collar like in the news, and now you have a nice lavalier. These are super simple, very easy, no fiddling. Like, all the volume control is based on the device you have, and then they kind of get more insane and wild from there. But Solid brands to check out are Rode mics. Another solid brand right here is the Rode Video Micro. It's a super solid one. And then I've got this one. I've had this one for years. The Video Mic Pro. This is like the Casey Neistat vlog microphone. Super simple, super easy to use. All right, next question. Thank you for asking. Thank you for your questions. For editing, is iMovie the true best option on Apple? What's a decent alternative for MacBook Air? Greetings from Dublin. Cheers. All right, so iMovie is iMovie is what you start on. If you're a very beginner, go with iMovie. Don't be ashamed to use iMovie. It's super fun. We all learned in high school. I used it, and freshman year of college when I was in film school, I had to use it. But then you upgrade to something. A lot of folks use Final Cut. I've been using Adobe Premiere. I even dabbled a little bit into something called DaVinci Resolve, which is a free. I'll show you DaVinci Resolve real quick. This is by the company Blackmagic, and it's something like this. So you're able to, it's free software. It's got professional editing. It's got professional color grading. If you're into that kind of stuff, you'll kind of, adding those LUTs and those nice Photoshop-looking filters on there. And it's free, and it's pretty robust, very simple to use. I would check this out. For your MacBook Air, I think it should be able to handle most things. And also another one is you can do the Adobe Creative Suite, but if you want something super simple, there's something called Adobe Premiere Rush, which let me look that up real quick. Adobe Premiere Rush they're kind of aimed at, it's free, it's for mobile editing, and it's kind of for hey, if you're making social media videos, just use Premiere Rush. So you can maybe use that if you're not that crazy. If you're hey, I'm a basic editor, I'm not looking to get super crazy into video editing, this might be the way to go. Okay, thanks for the next question. Guys, these are great. Keep them coming. Keep the video production questions going. I'm here to let's keep them rocking and rolling. All right, let's see. All right. iMovie's not a bad place to start. Yes, thank you, part-time adult. Agree. Oh, what happened to my lo-fi music? All right, what else we got? Hi from Brooklyn. Hello, how's it going? What software am I using? Well, I just said the software I'm using is Adobe Premiere. I've been using that. I'm 29 now. I've been using that since I was 13 years old. So I've been using the software for quite a while, so I might be a little too biased in saying it, but it's your industry standard. It's for simple projects. It's for advanced projects. It's for the professional Hollywood projects. And I think you have to get the Adobe Creative Suite, which is a monthly payment. However you want to feel about that. I don't feel too great about it, but that's what I use, Adobe Premiere. All right, what else we got? How do you blur the background of your video to focus on just the speaker? Okay, so so if you're using Zoom has that built in. I think Google Meet, Google Hangouts has that built in. So if you want to blur the do that little corny blur effect, if you're on a video call or a Zoom call all day, you can blur your background. Another way, and what everyone's trying to, what you're trying to go for, is the blurry background, the DSLR cinematic look. That is from using a DSLR cinema camera that's using a camera like this, like the Sony A7. Let me go into grid mode. There we go. Something like this. This is a full frame camera. It's going to get you that shallow depth of field. You can go even bigger with, the big boy cameras, the cinema cameras. These are going to get you your blurry background, but you don't even have to do that. You could go something like I've used in the past, the 80D Canon camera, DSLR, and it's not even full frame. And you can get those shallow depth of field, that kind of blurry background that you're going for. But what's another way? Another way you could do it is you could record everything on a green screen if you wanted to, or you could do it in post-production in something like Adobe Premiere or even DaVinci Resolve that I talked about. If you're you don't want to do too much masking and kind of visual effects, you could stand still and then just take it and just chop it out. Just click around your little head and chop out the background, and then say, hey, blur the background, but keep the foreground in focus. That's kind of a cheap way to do it. But if you're worried about what's in your background, maybe think about adding a little bit of production design, add a little, we got some colors, we got some lights, we got some art back here, we got some lights in the background. So maybe an easier way, instead of trying to hide what's in your background, maybe embellish it and make it look a little bit nicer, a little bit more visually appealing. Thank you for the question. Love it. Okay. Oh, Nikki's here. Hey, Jordan, I just invested in the Blue Yeti and Logitech C920, and I'm finding the Logitech not as good quality as my built-in HP. Yes, sadly, yes, Logitech webcams aren't the best. They're just kind of, I'll say this, they're not really built for the video production side. They're just built for video communication, talking back and forth, sometimes 720. But let me look that up. Let's look this up. The Logitech 920 C920. Yep, I've seen this one advertised. Why does my head keep going away? No. I can't choose the configuration. Yeah, it's just, again, it's 1080p. It's like it's just all right. The next step up, Nikki, is going to be using an actual camera, or somehow connecting using a camera, like, let's do like just Canon video camera. Let's see what we got. So you can do something like this, or let's even look in the digital camera section. Let's go with Canon. I'm not a Canon fanboy, just, I'm not a Canon fanboy. Something simple like the M50 here. And you can kind of connect these cameras through USB and download Canon's webcam utility. I think it's called let me look this up real quick. The Canon EOS webcam. Yep. So this software right here, the EOS webcam utility, if you have they have a list of which cameras actually work for it, but you're able to have your camera connected to USB into your computer, and then use your DSLR camera, use that mirrorless camera, use that digital camera as the video camera. Like, that's how you're going to step up in the video. Like the camera I'm using right now, actually, I'm gonna do something weird. I have this little mirror on my, let's see, I'll like hold the mirror up to show you kind of what I'm working with. Oh, can I show you? All right, so that right there, that's my GH5. I'll back it up a little bit. I'm like holding a mirror. So it's hooked up HDMI, and I've got some software here on OBS. And yeah, this camera can shoot 4K. This camera can shoot slow motion. It's a professional DSLR camera. I just got it hooked up, and that's how I'm able to able to get this kind of quality video. Because before, when you're just working on a video on a webcam, it's not as sexy, it's not as nice, and they're not built for video production. They're built for just video communication. So, Nikki, always nice to see you. Thank you for the question. Will the cinematic mode on iPhone 13 Pro work with shooting an online course? I've yet to see or use the iPhone 13. I was about to watch a review of it to see like actual filmmakers use it. But yeah, why not? If you can use an iPhone 10 and 8, whatever number before the 13, yeah, you can totally use the iPhone 13 to, if you want to make it look even more cinematic and go into cinematic mode on that iPhone, go for it, man. Add some flair. Why not? Canon gang. Oh, okay. Sure, go for it. I mean, I got the GH5 here, so I'm like kind of, is that Panasonic gang? I think I'm probably gonna switch to the Sony gang, but hey. Okay, let's see. What else we got? Our time is just about up. Guys, if you have any other questions about video production, editing, microphone issues, lighting issues, camera issues, what you're thinking about buying, I could do a little consultation here for you. Like, hey, Jordan, I'm thinking about buying this camera. What do you think? Just drop it in the chat. Drop it in the comments, guys. And, yeah, let's see what else we got. I hope I didn't go too far into the weeds with that cinematography explanation earlier. I probably lost a couple people. Oh, well. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Yes. And I'll share this in the chat. So, if you guys are ever unsure, go into the chat right now. You can go to kit.co/JordanPAnderson, and I'll share my screen here. If you've taken the course creation challenge, you've already seen some of this stuff. but I was able to kind of compile all the gear, all the video that we have, all the video equipment that we use or that I would recommend that beginners use for their online course. And we can start with here with like the basic one, something like a Sony Alpha A6300, very simple, very basic, great image, but easy, user friendly for sure. And then the kind of I call this like the Canon equivalent. Let me zoom in a little bit. Then you got the Canon equivalent, the EOS M6 Mark II. Again, simple flip out camera, nice and easy. Talked about this microphone earlier. I just call it the Rode on camera mic. I think it's called the Micro. Little tiny microphone, uses a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, but it plugs right into your camera. And because you never want to use the internal you never want to use the internal microphone on these cameras. They are not made for audio. So if you've been doing that, please go out right now, buy a new microphone, buy a second audio source, because those little holes right there where the microphone is, it's not going to cut it. Okay. And then we're going to go into a little bit more audio again, for this is the basic kit, so it's a little bit more on the cheaper side. Something like the Blue Yeti Snowball, I think you're able to walk away with I think it's like $40 at this point, $40 US. Super simple, USB, plugs right into your computer, no software, no plugins. It's just boom, it automatically recognizes it as an audio source, as your microphone, and you just start recording away. Open up Audacity, open up Premiere, open up any kind of your GarageBand, whatever you have. If you're going to do an audio-only online course and do kind of a PowerPoint keynote visual aid with it, go with something like this, the Blue Yeti Snowball. Simple tripods, Manfrotto. You can't go wrong with Manfrotto. Another brand is Benro, Benro. And then I recommended this, the Flapjack. This is a much. I always kind of laugh at this light a little bit because it is the softbox without the softbox, and they call it the Flapjack because it's as flat as a pancake. A giant softbox. I've got one right here. I've got one folded up right here. It's massive. It's going to be like once you unfold it, everything, it takes up the entire room. And if you got a small apartment, small little room, small little studio, something like this, the Flapjack is able to make a nice, big, broad, soft source without being too cumbersome. But I love this one. So check that one out. Oh, it's $309. It's a little pricey. I think they make a smaller size, like a 10-inch instead of the 18-inch. But I'm sure there are Chinese replicants that they can you buy the Chinese knockoff. Buyer beware though. Here the Neewer. Yeah, Neewer's this is the Chinese knockoff. Again, same kind of principles, flat profile but big, broad, soft LED source. Let's see. Oh, saw some questions coming in. What do you think about using an old Sony A6000 as a webcam? I say let's do it. Why not? Yeah. So the Sony A6000. If I'm not exactly sure how to connect to your computer, but there's definitely a way. You can use OBS. Does Sony have a webcam software? But it definitely has some USB connection. Plug it in. I'm sure there's a YouTube video out there about how to connect this camera. But yeah, this is a super solid camera. Small profile, great image. Oh, there you go. Little HDMI and a multi-plug. Yep, there we go. Boom, you just connect it right there. And well, yeah, why not? If you can, yeah, it's much better. Like I said, it's much better than just a simple webcam. Okay, is there any overrated gear or features to be aware of? Ooh, okay. Overrated gear is what comes to mind is I recommend that you guys check it out. Let's see, let me go to the advanced kit. What's overrated nowadays is the light dome a little bit. It is really big. It's really great. I think it will make a beautiful image, but it's not the only way to make soft light. Another way you can make soft light is just bouncing a light off a wall and bouncing it back onto you. You don't have to have this giant $300 36-inch diameter softbox always kind of looking down at you. Any other kind of gear that's overrated? I still think that 4K is a little bit overrated. Still is overrated. I mean, you can shoot in 4K, but it's not necessary. All the stuff that we record for SamCart, 1080p, HD, nothing crazy. We don't need 4K. So yeah, if camera companies will try to sell you that like it's 4K, you can do 8K, you can do 6K, but the files are so big, especially if you guys are basic editors, simple editors, you're not like looking to have hard drives and hard drives of footage. And if you're making a 45-minute course in 4K, that is tons of data. That's so many gigabytes of data that you have to crunch through. You have to store it. You have to back it up. Yeah, 4K it's overrated. Still overrated. Great for Hollywood, yes, record in 4K. Netflix, give me the 4K. But for your simple YouTube online course video production workflow, you just need HD. And all cameras nowadays shoot 1080p HD. Those are the two things that come to mind: the Light Dome and the 4K. Thank you for the question. Great. Open it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to open the Light Dome. Okay, so that's it, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up there. Again, I will, in the description of this YouTube video, you can go down, you can see all the stuff we have here over on kit.co. This is all the stuff that we include in the course creation challenge, all the secret gear recommendations that we say, even the stuff that we use for the SamCart Studio. You can look at it right here, buy the gear yourself, and make your own SamCart Studio for tens of thousands of dollars. I'm just kidding. That's it. Yeah, let's wrap it up here, guys. Thank you guys so much. Last call for questions? No? Not seeing any? Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. My name is Jordan Anderson. I'm with the SamCart team, and we'll see you on the next one. Yeah.